Elon personally makes a pair of hires, Tesla mortgages the Fremont factory, and Powerwall 2 owners get a nifty new update. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 405 for May 17th, 2018. Starting things off today, we see that Elon has personally hired a pair of interns after some outstanding work that got his attention. CBC brings us the story about Mark Comeau and Matthew Lane taking their shot and cashing it in. The pair had been splitting time between the Gigafactory and Fremont for a month when they found a problem with one of the production lines at the Gigafactory that they thought they could solve. Lane said, quote, "Essentially what happened is we saw an opportunity to solve the problem. We came up with our own idea and actually sort of crashed the meeting with Elon ourselves and presented the idea," end quote. The solution apparently worked, and the two were asked to work on another issue. Comeau said, quote, "Literally at like 10 a.m. Monday the week we finished, we got a message saying, hey, head to Nevada to Gigafactory. A 5-hour car drive later, we arrived in Nevada with a whole new situation and problems to address," end quote. And again, the pair came through in resolving the issue assigned to them. After this one, Elon personally talked to the pair, offering them a job as professional problem solvers. Comeau said of the encounter, quote, "It was probably one of the most unnerving experiences ever. Here's the CEO of a company, and we're just two young interns, and he was like, basically, yep, you guys have to stay," end quote. No doubt about that. I'd probably melt, and I've been in the workforce over 20 years. Great work, guys. You're proof that hard work and self-confidence absolutely pay off. Our next story comes from Inside EVs, where we pick up a story that kind of slid under the radar a bit. The financial side of Tesla isn't always the most interesting topic, or really ever the most interesting topic for that matter. Couple that with the constant negativity from the haters out there, and I can forgive you if you tune out any talk around Tesla's finances. But this story is pertinent. In its latest amendment to its credit line agreements noted in the 10Q report for Q1, the following language appeared, quote, "The Ninth Amendment amended the credit agreement to permit Tesla to include in its discretion 1. The Fremont factory facilities in the U.S. borrowing base and or 2. Vehicles in and in transit to Belgium in the Dutch borrowing base," end quote. In short, Tesla just mortgaged the Fremont factory. The reasoning isn't clear whether this is to give banks more confidence in supporting the credit line or if this is a play to expand that credit line, which is more than 65% used. What is certainly interesting, regardless of that reason, is that the very facility that pays the bills is now at risk if the company can't keep this credit line in good standing. Now let's be clear, this isn't likely a problem, and if it ever were to become one, there would be far bigger problems to worry about. We end the day at Electrek, where we find information on an update for Powerwall owners that gives them more control of their home's power. This new update allows homeowners to schedule their own time-based controls to better take advantage of variable pricing. The Tesla app now allows homeowners to designate peak and off-peak times, along with the mode that they wish to operate the Powerwall in. This can save homeowners even more money than before by permitting them to utilize the stored energy at peak times and charge during off-peak times, assuming that their power company supports this method of billing. Just like the cars, Tesla continues to make its power products better over time, too. You can check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're doing that, please consider supporting the show financially through Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks a bunch to a couple of the folks out there that increased their pledges. I super appreciate that. And as always, thanks very much to our super patrons out there supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They're John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, and Zortec LED Canada. If you can't support with dollars, please be sure to show your love with positive reviews and subscriptions on iTunes, YouTube, and other services across the internet. That's it for today's episode. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.